Right, hello. Now we're in September and things are gonna start slowing down. Not that they've sped up because it's been such a poor August we've just had. The whole of August has basically been cloudy. We've had very few days we've had any sun at all. It's been sitting around sort of 19-20 degree mark, so that's not been ideal growing conditions for any of the tropicals. But yeah, September start of, and I thought I'd do a winner and a loser of the Colocasias. You have to excuse me if I bother about a bit. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. Shouldn't have worn my shorts. Right, so what we're looking at here is the Colocasia Escalente standard green, and this has been the definite winner. We've had some good sized leaves come out, these ones, and then we've just had over the last few weeks we've got three, I'd say, pretty much giant leaves, which I'm quite surprised about considering the like I say, the poor weather we've had. This is my hand, so that's rather a good size. We've got another one right next to it, struggling for space now, pretty big. And we've got one that's just opened at the back here, which is absolutely massive. And there's a new leaf waiting to open up the back, but obviously that's going to be in the shade from all the bigger ones at the front here now. So I'm not going to go mad and start measuring things just yet, because like I say, next week we're supposed to get some decent temperatures, so we've still got some growth to come, hopefully. But for me, this is the winner this year for the biggest leaves in the Colocasias. Like I say, that's a standard Colocasia Escalente. It is one of my favourite Colocasias, just for the fact that, it is easy growing. It's a lot harder than people think. I've got some that have been left in the ground all winter. I'll show you them in a minute. Yeah, a winner for me. Incidentally, next to it we've got the hybrid burgundy stem. You can see the dark stem on that, and they're not renowned for the giant leaves, but I mean they're still a good size for burgundy stem, I'd say. So obviously these are growing in the bog filter, so I expect them to do quite well. But let's have a look at some more Escalente that have been in the ground and left in the ground all winter. I haven't cut the lawn in weeks, so that's a bit of a mess. So these ones I took my chances and left in the ground. So like I say, all winter, minimal protection. I did have a clear cover over the whole centre bed, but I didn't give them any extra mulch or anything like that. I just let them die back and do their thing. And they ain't done too bad, considering we have had sort of a quite cool but dry summer. We didn't have much rain. I give it a splash of water now and then, but considering that ain't done too bad. And I've got some more, just a little look at the poor pink chinas. In my opinion, well overrated. Then we've got another Escalente here, again left in the ground all winter. Huge. And then we've got another absolutely massive leaf here. You can't even see the bottom of that leaf, it's so big. So yeah, Colocasia Escalente, the definite winner for me this year in this cooler summer we've had. And the booby prize, or the biggest loser, has definitely been the Thai giant, because that's down to just one new leaf coming, and that's looking a bit of a sad state. we just didn't have the temperatures for it to do well. You know, that's at its peak probably in mid-July. That's holding 3 to 4 decent sized leaves, and after the August we've had, that's just you know, progressively one after the other the leaves have died off, and that's just not been warm enough to grow new leaves. So this is what we're down to. So after next week, when we do have a bit of a warm spell, I'm gonna dig that up, pot it up, put it in the greenhouse, give it a month to settle into the pot before I try to overwinter it. So yeah, that is the biggest loser. It's not actually a Colocasia, it used to be. I think it's been reclassified as a Lutecasia, so it's a cross between Colocasia and Alocasia. So that's the absolute loser. But another disappointment has been the Jack's Giant. So this is a variation of your standard Escalente, but it's supposed to get bigger, hence the name Jack's Giant. But again, this one is at its peak held 3 or 4 decent leaves, and like I say, with the poor weather, that's just progressively each leaf has died off, and we are literally down to one leaf, and it is pushing out a new one, but it's going to be so slow now. I mean, the biggest leaf this year was probably double the size of that, but again, because of the cool temperatures, it's gone down in size rather than up. So yeah, it's just a little look at some of the Colocasias and the disappointments. But you know, you can't control the weather. So before I go, let's just have another look at this big one. I didn't actually realise how big this one was. I can't even get my whole arm on it. But yeah, it's big. Yeah, so that's the winner, and pretty much all the others are losers. So Colocasia Escalente, ideal for English, British, UK summers. Don't need super hot temperatures to do well. And if you live in a slightly mild part of the country like I do, leave them in the ground. Mulch over them, cover them up with a bit of fleece, straw, whatever you want to do. They seem just as hardy as the pink china, but I don't know. Pink china never seemed to do much for me. I haven't, you know, these are probably the biggest leaves I've had, and not even the size of my hand, and they've already started to give up and brown off. Right, well, there's just a few thoughts for you. Thanks for watching.